You're really clear. I sound really muddy and quiet in mine.
You sound muddy too in mine, but that's just your voice.
Is that just because I'm fat? It could be.
I mean, I didn't want to. I just
Did you just open an Uncrustable?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'd love one. Thanks. Haven't had lunch.
I haven't had anything to eat at all today.
I did have a breakfast sandwich at like 10:30.
I didn't have anything.
I had brunch.
I had like a couple blueberries.
It was a frozen breakfast sandwich, so you know it was packed full of nutrients and no preservatives.
Yummy.
Sausage, egg, and
Pussy.
microplastic. Vagina lips.
Chicken lips and vaginas.
I like how we've been done. Just
All this is gonna. Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm eating an Uncrustable, and with me always is Randy.
Except last week.
We didn't have a show last week.
No.
I redid. I put out Apple Bottom Jeans again.
Yeah, so that's like almost 900 downloads.
But it hasn't done as good as this time around as it did the first time around.
Whatever.
I just put out the most downloaded show. That's how I decided which show was going to go out.
That's fine. That's fine. Why is it I feel like when I don't see you for 2 weeks, I miss you?
Oh.
But
I don't miss you.
We only see each other once a week, and we never talk outside of podcasting. Well, I missed you. I don't care if you miss me or not.
People still don't believe that that's the case.
Really?
I've been told that there's no way that you guys don't talk. I said we talk. I said I send a message. Hey, 2:00 tomorrow, and that's the only time.
And I give you it's not a thumbs up. It's a 8-bit. Looks like a Space Invaders alien. Yeah, from Atari. And I just hit that, and that's been our combo over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, other than the knife. Well, the 2 weeks. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like since I went on vacation.
Well, we were both on,
and then you were going last week. When vacation. I came back, you were gone.
When did you get back?
Saturday.
So I left Friday.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I came back. You were gone when I got back.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we have not conversed.
We have not. How was your How was your vacation?
Amazing. This is the first vacation I'm taking in a long time where I did not take my work computer, my government computer.
Yeah.
My work phone was only there on total silent, not even vibrating.
Is that like government cheese that just hand them out to all the poor people?
Yeah. That's why I got one. Okay. Thanks for your taxes, by the way. But I didn't take I have 2 computers, one for my company. We are contracted by the United States government. I tell people I'm a government contractor because it sounds really cool. Like I'm a
government operator.
I'm an operator or something, but I'm not. I sit at home in my underwear and rub my nipples and eat cheese from a can and work all day.
That is so fucking disgusting. Like just the visual.
America.
Speaking of visuals, after we get through this and before I tell you about the trip to Kentucky.
Dude, we have so many stories, I'm sure. This is going to be a long episode.
No, I think we may break it out.
It's going to be a couple episodes.
I was messing around with some AI.
Dude, did you do that Lenza?
No, I didn't do the Lenza thing. Because that's not AI. That's a fucking filter.
Yeah.
No, I did true, give a description of what you're looking for.
Yeah, I had a buddy that did that.
And
he gets so many a month.
It'll reduce. It'll
puts
produce
in whatever word, like Star Wars.
Oh.
Whatever. You just put in words and
I saw
stuff.
Jeff Bridges on some commercial for a heart medication commercial.
Okay. So you put in Jeff Bridges.
I put in Jeff Bridges, hyper realistic anime. The dude, Big Lebowski, and it came back with an honest to God, really good.
Show me
image of Jeff Bridges.
I'm intrigued because I like the Big Lebowski. I like Jeff Bridges.
Well, I want to hear about your vacation first. We'll do that because I have more on top of it. So
you made a post while you were on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail thing with Mash and Drum and Bourbon Hunters.
Yeah.
And I just commented, we're going to have a lot to talk about. And you were like, a lot.
Yeah.
We've got stories. Vacation. So vacation was great. We went down spending less money than we ever have. Our buddy who owned a cabin down there sold it this year, 3 months before we left.
What a prick.
So his kids pushed him to do it. His wife pushed him to do it. I get it. It's a lot because there were days he'd have to drive down, do a repair, and drive back to Ohio.
I mean, he could have hired somebody to do it too. I mean, they do have. There are management companies that you can hire.
Well, he did that once, and he had them for a couple of years. He's like, screw this. It was too much hassle with dealing with them.
Well, see,
So
I have thoughts about that.
I do have thoughts about it, but he has experience with it.
I get it.
Because he's owned that cabin for 20 years and done it himself and done it with.
There's more than one company, and I'm sure there's companies out there that will bend over backwards to make sure that they get the shit done they need to get done.
If you're lucky, they'll bend over frontwards in front of you.
That's weird.
I mean,
I want to see.
Not if you're the one behind.
Well, if it's a gymnast.
if it's a gym.
Nist.
I mean. Gymnast. I don't even know him.
Anyway.
No, so we got this new house, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, hot tub on the deck, big old 2-car garage with a game room over it, but you got to the game room from a stairwell inside the house. So you don't have to go outside temps.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was a really nice setup. They had a fire pit with chairs there. The porch was covered, so you could sit on the deck. And when we were there, it was high 60s, low 70s, except for one day. It dropped down to like the mid 40s, low 50s, and then went back up. So it was even acceptable in your terms.
So other than yourself, how many bears were in the woods?
We did not see one. This is probably the first time I recall not seeing a single bear.
Really?
We took the boys all the way over the mountains to the state line. It blew their mind.
You went over the river and through the woods?
And to grandmother's house. And grandma was a wolf. So we killed her and ate her.
Oh, okay.
And but we went to the North Carolina state line up on top of the mountains. It blew the boys' minds. They were staying in 2 different states. Like that was Huck's 8, almost 9. And we'd never done that with him.
Take him to a tri-state area, and you can stay in 3 different states.
Wait till we go to the Four Corners, man.
Or you can go to the Four Corners and get in 4 different states.
But in Judd, of course, he's 4. He's like, "This is incredible. This is amazing." He has no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, ate authentic Indian food over in Cherokee, North Carolina. We did.
How was that? Because I'm intrigued by that. They did an article on, I don't know, one of the shitty news sources where they were doing. They called it indigenous food.
Okay.
So being that it was, a North American tribe, so they were making indigenous food to North America. And it seemed like a lot of the stuff looked like gray goo that they were making. But the way
it's like in Beauty and the Beast, try the gray stuff. What is it? It's gray stuff.
Delicious.
It's delicious.
But there was literally they had this gray paste that they made that everybody was like goo goo gaga over, and it went on sandwiches or in more so wraps than sandwiches. But
we didn't have gray goo when we crossed into Cherokee. Cherokee used to be a real kitschy spot where you could get either really cool, like there were literal Indians, natives, flint knapping stuff and painting and all this. Or it was just like cheap knockoffs.
Covered in jade. Or not
well,
jade,
since
turquoise.
The casino's been built in the last few years, the focus has kind of moved away from that part, right when you cross over the mountains. So we went looking just to get something to eat. There's Laurel Falls over there, which is amazing. Or is it Mingo Falls? There's a falls there you can go to. We went to some homestead. The boys got to walk around, see pigs and chickens, kind of free range, see the old homesteads, the barns, see an outhouse. They were not too fond of that idea.
No.
But yeah, the place we stopped was just along the road heading towards where the casino is. We'd never been there, and it said Native American or Indian owned, Native owned, whatever. But when we parked, and it's one of those there's a river. Across the river's a couple houses. There's a trailer park and all this. And all of a sudden we look over and we're like, oh, those are elk, which they're elk all over Cherokee.
Okay.
There was a pull off on the way to that homestead that's like, hey, elk are bedding down in this field. Stay back 50 feet, blah, blah.
Get your rifle or your bow and arrow.
Exactly. And so
get some venison.
We're sitting there watching these elk, and then all of a sudden, it's a bunch of good looking female elk and a couple little babies. And then all of a sudden, we park, Dad backs into a spot. We look across the street, and I see this monster. It has a 47-point rack. It's like Bambi's dad at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, before he
before he gets shot and killed. This monster comes up from the creek bed, and I'm just sitting there like my jaw drops. I'm
he
like, guys,
looks
look
tasty.
And I posted a picture, which is a really bad picture, of my broken phone, which I got a new phone too. So much has happened in 2 weeks. And then we go inside, and the food there that we ate, a lot of it was just elk burgers, buffalo, bison.
Yeah.
Stuff you can get at other places, but then the dessert we got was a native.
It was elk dessert.
It was elk meat and gray stuff. It was delicious, but the food was great. And there's this one guy in there. You could tell he was native. 100%. This dude was
because he's brown.
Yeah, it looked like Mo but cooler.
Jesus, that's racist.
It was like the
he had long hair.
It looked like Mo with hair.
Poor Mo.
And no, but he had native tattoos and stuff, but this dude was our waiter.
Dream catchers.
Oh, he was so dreamy. He caught all my dreams.
He had no Dreamcatcher tattoo.
No, only idiots have Dreamcatcher tattoos. Okay. Bunch of white wannabes.
Look at me, I'm Cherokee.
I'm 0.07% Cherokee.
I got more black in me than you have Cherokee.
I'm sure you do. At any given moment. But this dude, I saw him bussing tables. He was our waiter. He was working the register, and he went and unloaded a truck. Like, the kid was just running around. And, I mean, he was one of those guys you looked at and you could tell he can fight.
Yeah.
He would wrestle down that 47-point buck, elk, whatever.
Bull.
But he wasn't, like, chiseled. He just looked. He's just naturally strong and fit.
Yeah.
So we left him a good tip and stuff. The kid busted his butt. He was very great service all around. We found a new restaurant down there. Somebody recommended on my friends list. They found I was in the area, and it was called Gray's. It's a little joint downtown Sevierville, just off the main drag. Kind of like a place you'd see in like Chillicothe or Old Lancaster, where it's in a narrow, long building.
Yeah.
They got the exposed brick. And they had bison, they had elk, but Beth wanted chicken. Beth and I went out on a date Thursday, and we split a chicken sandwich. Then they had this, all their food was locally sourced.
Okay.
And natural. So they had elk, hamburger, bison, chicken, but it was all quality food. And they would have this bacon. They did a bacon mac and cheese. They had bacon on the chicken sandwich we had, which we split. And here's the thing I like. We told them we were going to split the meal because we wanted to try like 4 different sides.
Yeah.
They had these, what were they? They were like garlic, Parmesan, something fries. Everything tasted so clean. It wasn't slimy, grimy, nothing. The bacon was cooked to perfection. The chicken tasted like chicken should. Not like a grimy.
Like rattlesnake.
Yeah, not gristly, not like... I didn't once bite into it and think, yeah, that's the butthole. You know? That's how I know it's good meat. If you bite into meat, you know what I'm talking about. You go to McDonald's, you bite into it, you're like, I don't know what I'm eating here. So it was all quality.
Well, if you're going to McDonald's, you definitely don't know what you're getting.
And then I did not go to but one distillery this year.
Well, I was going to ask you if you went to, because you were down in...
We were outside of Sevierville, Pigeon Forge area.
Yeah, so that's not where Junction 35 is?
Yes, it's in Pigeon Forge.
Okay, so you didn't go to Junction then?
I did. We went there for dessert.
Okay.
Because while we were at Gray's, because I want dessert, but let's go somewhere else. Let's walk around a bit, you know. We took a ton of food home from Gray's. Highly recommend Gray's. Of course, the Smoky Mountain Brewery L steak we had, first meal, amazing as always. I didn't bring them back this year.
That's all right.
Because I was like, man, it's going to be a week before we see each other. It's not, you know, it's not the same. But the L steak's still a favorite. It was still just as good as ever. Gray's was just the new spot we hit, and then that Indian spot, which was over outside of Cherokee. So Beth, we looked it up, and they had this bourbon caramel chocolate brownie a la mode whatever at Junction 35. So she's like, well, let's go there, and then you can see if they have any of that rye whiskey you liked.
Yeah.
So I went over there. We sat at the bar, ordered dessert. She got a Coke. I got a water.
Hold on. She got a what and you got a water?
Coke.
Okay. Because it didn't sound like you said Coke ever.
She got,
it was like she got a kook.
She got a kook. She got a Sooty Pop. And she was like, well, while we're waiting, why don't you go see what they have? So I go over there, and that shelf where all the Righteous was last year was empty.
Oh, really?
It's just nothing there. Nothing. And I said, so I go up where you can do samples or whatever, and they talk to you about it. And because the bar, it's a big old giant like horseshoe bar. So one side is the restaurant bar.
Yeah.
One side's where you can buy all their, you can try
all their stuff.
Yeah. For like $5, you can try like 7 or 8 things, or you can try 2 for free. Well, I tried most of it. And a lot of it I brought last year. I brought that unicorn crap and the Fruity Pebble stuff and the flavored moonshine you're not a fan of. And I was like, okay, so here's the deal. I was here last year. I come every year this year, blah, blah, blah. I've been coming to Junction 35 now for a few years. That Righteous last year blew our socks off. Is there any, like, do you happen to have any of that left? Because I would love to buy, like, 19 bottles.
Right.
You do.
Because it was really good.
And it was gone. And the guy said, I've only been here 3 days. Let me ask so-and-so. So he waited and got help. Because I said, do you have anything that's just released? We missed it by like 3 weeks. They said 3 to 4 weeks they're releasing something special, single barrel pick. So we missed it, but
So it was a no.
It was a no. They had nothing but I did pick up their normal bourbon rye, which we liked, but not like the Righteous. And I did not bring that today, but I did bring something they did release this time and only this time.
Okay.
Brand new. You would know. Are you anxious about the bag?
I saw you. I looked on the camera and I saw. I'm like, shit. He's got a bag.
He's got a bag, and then I said, "Get forks," and you were like,
"Oh shit."
Buckhorn bites. Here we go.
Yeah. So let's do this.
So this is something that Junction 35 has done that I've not seen anybody do ever. If I can, I double wrapped it so you couldn't see. Hold on. Here it is. Ta-da!
What is that?
What's it look like?
It looks like placenta from here.
It's placenta. It is moonshine placenta. So we've done
cherries.
Moonshine cherries.
Okay.
Junction 35 said, hey.
We can do better than that.
They did better. These are whiskey cherries.
Okay.
So these are cherries that instead of just being soaked in moonshine and all hot and bothered, are soaked in whiskey that's been aged.
Okay.
So it's a totally different flavor, totally different profile. I tried one as a sample. This jar is unopened. But, I know how I felt about it when I tasted it. This was whiskey they bottled at 70 proof.
And those are just maraschino cherries.
Yeah, there's regular maraschino cherries. Government warning, if you're pregnant, don't eat them. But
I can't eat them. Yeah.
Sorry. Straight from the hills of the Smoky Mountains. Man, lighting in here. What a crappy studio.
Yeah, I know, right?
Straight from the hills of the Smoky Mountains, Junction 35 Spirits, a longtime family tradition. To the public, our rich local history of making and running spirits. I have to turn the bottle as I read, or the jar. Conversing with the innovation of our master distiller has brought together a taste like no other. Just like the railroad, Junction 35 Spirits will deliver the very best products every time.
All right, well, let's do it.
But, yeah, so we'll crack this bad boy open. I'll let you get one and then get back to your mic, or two, or however many get on your fork. Oh, yeah, your shoulder's still healing. I forgot about that. Because you're not in your kinky sling. There you go. You popped a cherry.
I did. I couldn't stab it in the dealio.
Oh, I got a dose. I'm eating both.
That's good. All right. Smells like a maraschino cherry.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't smell alcohol-y or...
It's a different flavor than moonshine cherries. Which we've done Old Smoky moonshine cherries in the past.
I wasn't a big fan of those.
No.
Those are really good.
Really good, right?
Those are really good. They're not candy. They're not like... They
not overly
taste like
sweet.
A maraschino cherry with a hint of... and I'm assuming they're just using their run-of-the-mill Junction 35 whiskey for it.
Yep.
But it does have like an oakiness to it.
It's a different flavor, ain't it?
It's good. I like it. Those would be good in an old-fashioned.
That's why I brought them. I was hoping maybe...
Oh, you want me to make an old-fashioned?
Maybe. But if not, we can do it another time. We can save these.
I mean, we can...
But I did my flavor tasting. I told them, hey, we do this podcast. We give you guys a shout-out. If it's good, if it's bad, we tell you we're honest. And then at the end, the guy's like, try one of these. And I did, and I was like, okay, well, I'm at least getting a jar of those to taste, because that's better. Like the moonshine cherries, you were getting the candied cherry and burn.
Yes.
It wasn't,
there was no flavor.
This, though, there's like context to it.
Yeah, it's like eating spicy food. I don't like food so spicy that it's going to burn my lips and asshole.
And you get no good flavor.
And there's no taste to it. I want something that's going to be, it can be mild, tangy, and has flavor to it. And that's what that has.
I literally tasted the one he gave me the sample, and I went, old-fashioned. That's like... Those have such a good flavor that I think it would enhance an old-fashioned versus...
Oh, yeah. We can make one.
But, yeah, I was really impressed with them.
We can do an old-fashioned for...
So, if you're down in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg anytime soon, go to Junction 35. These are just released this fall. And get their whiskey cherries. It's in a standard-looking jar. Ask for them. Says whiskey cherry on the top of the lid. When you put a cherry up there, I was like, here we go, moonshine cherry. I've had... moonshine cherries. I've had moonshine pickles. I've had whatever. When I tasted it, I went, that's different. And they had a blueberry or a blackberry moonshine. I almost got it. But he mixed blackberry moonshine with your standard country time lemonade for a blackberry lemonade. Oh, it was so good.
I'm not a fan of Country Time lemonade.
Any lemonade. It was so good, though. I could be wrong. Oh, and I just heard you open your knife. Look what else I got down there.
A knife. That's not a knife.
This is a knife. A Boker Kalashnikov Fett. It's a Boba Fett.
Sounds Russian.
It is Russian. I'd never heard of them. But this is on sale down there. I don't know if Boker's Russian. I think it could be Swedish. But yeah, it's a Boba Fett team thing, and I don't care for Star Battles, but it was on sale for like $28 from $55, and I was like, you can only get it here. Kevin spent $300 on a knife. I ain't doing that.
Whoa.
Yeah, he got a
baller.
He got a high-end bench made.
What's it like to be rich?
I think it's the only thing he spent money on all week.
Well, so that sounds like it was a really good trip.
Yeah, and we found in Greenville, which was about an hour away from where we were staying, there's a little car museum. We went there. We were the only three there the whole time, which is amazing. Saw some sweet old cars, some cars that are one-offs. And then we went to leave. We realized we're parked across from Andrew Jackson's, Andrew Johnson's, one of the old president's homesteads. It was a cool trip.
Nice.
Very relaxing. Did not look at my work phone at all. Only use it for GPS or hotspot.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. So, very good vacation. Still love that area. Want to move there. May end up there someday. What do you got?
Cool. All right. So,
before I heard your knife, and that means something's happening.
So I've got a bottle of whiskey that was released today from OHLQ.
Released today?
Yes.
So you just got it today.
It was released today, and I got it today.
Well,
so Ohio did a thing today where they released 200 barrels of different single barrel from their single barrel program.
Okay.
All right. So it was
200 barrels.
200 barrels.
That's a lot of barrels.
So here's what was released today. And today is Saturday, December 12th or 10th. So they released Weller Foolproof, Kentucky Peerless, Traverse City, Nulu, Buzzard Roost, High West, George Dickel, Jefferson's Reserve, Old Elk Cast Finish Series, Smooth Ambler, Whistle Pig, Elijah Craig, and Penelope bourbon.
I've heard of probably half of those.
So these are all single barrels. I wanted the Nulu and a Penelope. I could give it a fuck all about Weller Foolproof. I had it. It's good. Okay,
I was say I like Weller Foolproof, but it's not.
It's not. There's better shit out there.
Yeah.
So, and that was like the first thing that was sold out at Pit Stop.
Of course.
Because everybody go get their Weller. Everybody's sleeping on the Old Elk Cast Finish series. That is really good shit. I did not buy a bottle because I didn't want to spend another $100.
I was going to say, how much did you spend on the bourbon trail?
I spent less than $400.
That's not bad.
I spent less than $400.
Last year I spent, I think, $600 just at Junction 35.
Yeah. I spent less than $400. It was like $387.
Not bad at all.
One of the bottles I bought.
One bottle of Blanton's.
I did buy one bottle of Blanton's. But I bought a bottle of Blanton's. Well, we'll get into that. But I bought 4 bottles. One of the bottles is a gift for my brother-in-law for Christmas.
Okay.
It was just so...
You bought me a gift for Christmas too, right?
I did, actually.
Did you?
You'll get it closer to Christmas.
I was totally kidding. Man,
no, I did. You don't have to give me anything.
Here's some cherries I got. These are your cherries. I paid a lot for them. Actually, I don't know what I paid for them because I bought like this in 2 bottles.
All right, let me see if I can get this shit going.
Oh, geez. You've had all day to do this, set this up.
I know. Well, actually, I didn't. I wasn't home.
So I was listening to another podcast out of Ohio that's made it big, and they're like, okay, we're going to take a break for our sponsors, and it's like, they get paid. And they said a comment early on, they said, man, I'm part of this, like, these Facebook groups for podcasters and stuff, and he goes, all the time, these people have been doing it as long as us or longer, and they've got like 30 listeners, and he goes, I respect that. That's a labor of love, because I want to do that. And I was like, oh, he's talking about us.
He's talking about us.
We should really hook up with those guys and try and get 60 listeners.
I mean, I may have picked up some listeners over the weekend, but...
Good. I've picked up a few.
All right. So...
My new alarm. Santa.
All right. So...
Santa Claus.
All right. So, because I don't want you to see it yet.
Okay.
I'm just...
No, I'm seeing all your new
That's
duties.
Fine. That's fine. Those don't matter. Okay, so...
Been there, seen that.
Yeah. I was messing around with AI, and I found a Discord, okay? A Discord channel that it's AI-driven. AI. So it produces AI art. You type in like /imagine, and then it comes up with the prompt, and you type in the description of what you want it to be.
Is this that new Create GMT or whatever thing?
I don't know what this one was, to be honest. Okay. It was just one that I found when I did a quick search for AI-driven art.
Okay.
I just wanted to fuck around with it a little bit. And it's not that Lensa shit. That Lensa shit is literally just a filter that gets processed over. AI may be driving it, but it's just a filter that turns you into a fucking cartoon.
A sexy cartoon. I noticed everybody looks way better in their Lensa.
They look way better in their Lensa.
I thought about doing it just for that reason.
I did one.
Did you?
And I'm like, this is stupid. It's a fucking filter.
It's me with a filter.
I can do this shit with a filter, like with apply filters over everything and work and make it work. So I did our logo. I put in a request, and I wanted our logo to come up.
So this is 100% AI on our logo. Okay.
This is 100% AI. So I did Buckhorn Podcast, logo, podcast, psychedelic, brain, deer.
Psychedelic and brain.
Hold on. Deer, antlers, microphone, headphone.
Oh, no. It's going to be like the devil. It's going to be Beelzebub with headphones on.
I wish. So that's what it came up with. And I'll post these to our page as well.
That's not the worst thing I've seen.
No.
I don't get the top part so much.
Well, it's supposed to.
I think it's Buckhorn.
I think it's supposed to be words.
Yeah,
but AI didn't know how to interpret everything. I also put circle logo was another one of the descriptions I used. So this was one version.
Not the worst thing I've seen. The fact that you put in
that's the second version. It's a skull where it's a skull with headphones for eyes.
Yeah, and antlers.
With antlers, but it's like a human skull inside of a deer skull.
Yeah.
Like it's got like a black deer skull, and then it's got like a human skull on top of that, and then it has headphones, and the earmuffs for the headphones are the eye sockets.
That makes us look way more metal than we are.
We are so fucking metal.
We are.
And then it's got antlers, and I'm like, I actually kind of fucking like this.
Yeah, it's not the. Wait, speaking of skull, okay, it's down here.
I had to take it when they put the siding on the house.
Knocked it down.
They were just beating the shit out of the side of the house. I took all the stuff off the walls that could have fallen. So it's on the table right now. So the next one, this I don't even know.
That's kind of.
This is something that came straight out of hell. That's the kind of demon that comes out of hell to scare you, but you laugh at it. It's like a Wendigo.
Yeah, it's like a Wendigo.
That's what I said, Wendigo.
Okay, it's in Lancaster. The Wendigos in Lancaster.
The Wendigos in
The
Lancaster.
Lancaster Wendigos are going up against the Carroll Bulldogs tonight.
That's right. So this just looks like an alien skull.
But it looks like it's kind of funny. It's whimsical.
Hold on.
It looks like ovaries, too. It's a uterus. That's a uterus.
I just thought about this. Let me see if it'll let me do it.
A uterus?
No.
Oh. You going to try to flip it?
There you go.
Now it's a penis.
Now it looks like it's coming to fucking eat you.
It's a cock and balls.
I don't know.
Oh, you see the spider and the big things in mouth?
The spider and
I see the two black eyes and then the phallic top, and it's a cock and balls. If that thing was coming at me trying to kill me,
that is the biggest set of balls with the tiniest cock I've ever seen. Then
welcome to my world.
So there's that one. Okay, next. Now we're even more metal.
That's metal and native.
Yeah,
that's
it's primal.
Yeah, that is.
It's not even native. That's like straight primal. That's
what I mean by native. That's like
caveman
war. That's
bullshit.
The kind of stuff that's wartime. We're going to fight another tribe, but we also have Donald Trump hair for some reason.
Yeah,
why has he got like a blonde wig on it?
I don't know. It's like a white wig. So I saw it. I'm like, well, shit. So I'll post all this stuff on the page.
I mean, it's not the worst I've seen, but once I focused on the hair, I couldn't get over it.
Okay, so then I changed my tactics a little bit, and I did two others.
And you put in buckhorn, butt plug,
so
Cleveland steamer, nipple piercing.
So then,
boobor.
I did bourbon. I put in the word bourbon.
That looks like something you would design if you were hammered trying to make us a new logo.
Yeah.
And convince me that it was a good logo.
It was a good logo. So I put woodsy background.
They got that.
Antlers.
Got that.
Headphones.
Got that.
Bourbon.
Did not get that.
Didn't get the bourbon.
Did not get that.
And then put in Buckhorn Podcast. Because I was trying to get it to apply the name into the design.
Boober Bachbaun.
We're changing our names now to Boober Bachbaun.
We're now Baubauer Bachbaun.
Yes.
Welcome to Baubauer Bachbaun.
So anyway, so got that one, and then here's the next one.
Hundoiken Idiorupt.
But it's a deer skull wearing
headphones. It's a deer skull with headphones, but they also are like, wait, this guy really loves circles, so let's make the antlers just a circle.
Like I said, I put circle in there.
Oh, man.
So I forgot that I need to...
Hundion Eoderrout. You'll have to go to our social medias to see these.
Yeah.
These are quite comical.
I will... Actually, once we're done recording, I will put them on the page, not in the lounge, so that everyone can see all this.
You should
AI
do it
work.
like a poll and be like, vote for our new logo. And act like it's real. And people that don't listen to our podcast will be like, what?
No, we're not doing any of that. Let's see here. So I want this one. Now, the one I'm saving some down now because these ones I did them with purpose to see what would come up. And I will read you the description that I gave it in a second. But I got to make sure they get saved down and they sync back up to my iPad so that I can put them up on TV. But I had intention behind it because I wanted to see what would happen. And they're not good. They are funny to me.
The thing is, they're not the funniest thing I've ever seen, but they made me laugh hard enough that I teared up a little and my jaws hurt.
Well, these next ones...
Maybe I was just smiling really aggressively.
And I used two different... There's an app you can actually get on your phone called Starry AI. And the ones I'm downloading now, I thought I had these downloaded and I didn't. So the ones I'm getting now are from Starry AI. But I want to make sure that I want these ones too. So... let's see, do I have others on here that we can... No. All right, so give me a second here. I'll download these. They're starting to show up on my iPad. But I did the same thing. I was like, I want to see what this app will do as far as trying to create an AI-generated logo for us. Not that I'm going to replace what we have, obviously, but out of fun. Just...
Yeah, folks are doing this new create CRT or GMT or whatever it is, and you put in some things, and this AI crap is like writing blog. They'll create a blog, and then they'll write whatever you want. And then,
yeah, I've seen that, and I'm like, we're not doing that.
Like my buddy went to a company that does digital signage. He's like, hey, I had AI write this digital signage rap, and I read it, and I was like, this is terrible. And somebody else was like, it's really good. He's like, I just think it's cool. You know, the AI is cool. And I was like, it's really bad, though. Like, it's like chatbots that have been around for 20 years. It's just really, really bad. If somebody were to rap that, it would be awful.
Okay, so here's the Jeff Bridges ones.
That looks like you if you put on a bunch of neck weight and grew your hair out.
Right. So here's the description I put in. Jeff Bridges, the dude, Big Lebowski, anime character, detailed, vibrant, anime face, sharp focus, character design, art germ, and then some other shit. Unreal Engine, 8K, hyper realistic. So this is the first one that it spit out.
If I saw that, I would not guess Jeff Bridges.
Really?
But I can see it. No,
no,
it's like I see it. But that if somebody said, "Hey, who is this?" I would probably be like, "That's my friend Martelle with long hair."
Oh, no.
Like, I don't see Jeff Bridges.
Maybe I'll change it. Make
that your profile picture.
My profile photos. You're like, this is me. They're like, that's Jeff Bridges.
This is me during COVID when I had long hair.
So here's another one.
That's Fat Jeff Bridges.
That
is if Jeff Bridges played the Santa Claus instead of Tim Allen, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's
closer.
Cheekbones are way off.
Well, keep in mind it's anime-ish.
Yeah. That's Jeff Bridges if he was in The Walking. That's 100% Jeff Bridges playing Jesus.
That is so what's the one guy's name? God damn it. Has the really deep voice. He's always in westerns. With
the
mustache.
Morgan Freeman.
No.
Sam Elliott.
The one right here. Oh, you can't see.
I can't see where you're pointing.
The one in the upper left-hand corner is kind of Sam Elliott-ish.
Yeah, kind of.
Or the one the bigger one where he looks...
Bottom right.
The bottom right looks more Sam Elliott.
That is if Sam Elliott and Jeff Bridges had a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that would look like.
Okay, so the next set...
I said Morgan Freeman.
The next
totally
set...
Because he's black. What in the furry is that?
So this is another one where I put in...
That's
hyper real logo, super fat deer with beard, singing into microphone with headphones on.
You put that in for me.
Yeah, I sure did.
That's my album cover, ain't it?
It is.
And it's like it says like herper or something.
It says herpes.
Hearer. Hidden rare.
All right, before we go forward,
that's my album cover. I love it.
It gets so much better though.
Oh, does it? Let's go.
Hold on.
Before we go forward. Oh, you're okay. You're pouring some. I like that.
We're gonna.
It's been a while since I've had a drink.
I've drank every day this month.
You're making up for sober October. Drunk December. It's like January, geez.
Drunk ass January.
Ooh,
that's coming up.
Nice.
So this is so what I just poured is the Nulu OHLQ exclusive single barrel, or it's probably not even a single barrel, but a barrel select straight bourbon whiskey. And this is from Nulu, which is an MGP product.
Okay, so
I believe they even say on the back that it's an MGP product.
Why don't we just do that?
What?
Just do our own MGP.
We could.
Just be like, hey.
But it's a lot of money up front.
Yeah, but you've got that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're rich.
So this says it's a very small batch, 4 to 6 year MGP bourbon.
See, we could do that. It's such a vague label.
Right.
It's a very small batch because we don't know how big it is.
I mean,
it's 4 to 6-ish years. Who knows?
We can talk about it. We need to get better. We need to get more followers and to be able to.
Actually, I've got a buddy that's looking to invest in something, so
but
maybe he can be the money, and we can just
drink the product,
drink the whiskey. I would put his name on
it's
it.
part of the 10 crack commandments, or don't get high on your own supply. But I mean,
I think that only refers to Jinkum.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I ain't touching Jinkum. So
yeah, me neither.
I mean, I would fertilize my lawn with it.
Yeah, I would too. Would you touch somebody else's Jinkum?
No.
Would you huff somebody else's?
No.
Pretty much that's what you do every time you use an outhouse.
I know.
Like you go to.
That's why I don't use outhouses.
You've never used an outhouse at the fair?
I said that's why I try not to use. Well, that's why I don't use outhouses. One.
You're in the middle of the Fairfield County Fair and you just crap in the fair.
Squeezing.
Right in the Midway.
Squeezing hard. That's why I work out. That's why I squat a lot.
That's why I do Kegels.
Anyway. All right. So yeah, I put this in, and this is what it spit out. Now you've got options here for your album cover.
The thing there on what's on the right side of the face there? It's like cauliflower ear on the cheek.
It might be cauliflower ear. I don't know.
But it's below. It's on the cheek. So that one, and there's no antlers.
No, there's no antlers on this one.
I don't like that it misgendered me.
So, well, it didn't technically, because bucks lose their antlers, and then they regrow them.
Deer,
so here's the next one.
Big fat deer.
You have weenies for antlers.
That's awesome.
You have penis antlers.
I have.
It is so gay.
I still don't know what's going on with it. Have you ever seen those images that are designed to make people physically ill?
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
This is pretty close to that.
Pretty close.
Well, the next one.
What?
Yep.
That's definitely
hyper real logo, super fat deer singing into microphone with headphones on. It is abstract art.
That is a Picasso of a camel who is teaching an aerobics class with one of those. That you know what the headset is? That's a Bourbon Hunters headset right there.
Maybe.
That's what I look like when I'm on the Bourbon Hunters and breaking dudes' patio furniture.
Yeah.
Still feel bad about that.
Buy him a new furniture set.
I'm going to have to eventually, just to clear my conscience.
So what do you get on the nose?
Can I borrow some money?
No. What do you get on the nose for this?
And then I'll borrow money from dude to replace your chair I broke.
That chair's irreplaceable.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's not made anymore, and it's from the 70s.
And it's broke. I should autograph it.
So what do you get on the nose?
Oh, I'm trying. Hold on. I got to stop laughing. I got to clear my nasal passages. It smells good.
It smells real good.
If I had to guess, I would definitely say, like, if I didn't know what this was and somebody said, what's this smell like? I'd say whiskey.
Okay.
And I feel like I would be correct.
You would be correct.
It's not a very strong.
It's not. So
on the nose at all. It's very, very mild. I get spices.
Okay.
Like the cooking spices.
Okay. I'm trying not to look at because I have the tasting notes and stuff up on my screen. I'm trying not to look at them. But I get like
right at it.
No, I get. It's light. It's kind of floral-y. I do get the spice. I don't know if that's baking spice. I get a
little rice spice too. A little of the black pepperish.
Yeah, a little black pepper.
I don't know if I want to say black pepper, but it's that I can't think of what else to.
I get something citrusy.
Paprika. It smells like mother of pearl.
What's that smell like? Okay.
I smell coriander.
All right.
Yeah, it's not a strong aroma.
That is good. Very oily on the mouthfeel.
Viscous.
Yeah, it's viscousy, buttery.
It is
in that mouthfeel.
Okay, there comes some late chest burn.
This is also 110 proof.
I was going to say it was low proof until I literally just went, nope, there's a chest burn.
It lingers on the tongue, too. I was going to guess it
at 105, so I was a little shy of that.
Yeah, it lingers on the finish. Like, it just kind of sticks around.
Here's what I will say. The 110 proof does not come across in your mouth hole at all. I felt it more in the chest. I would have guessed, if I would have put this in my mouth, like wine tasting.
Fresh cut grass.
I don't know if I got that.
I just got it.
And I haven't taken another sip, but if I'd just taken that in the mouth and then spat it, if I was a spitter and not a swallower, I would have guessed this at about a 90 to 95 proof tops.
Okay.
But once it got the chest, that's where I went. This is probably about 105.
Yeah, now I can't get that fresh cut grass out of my, like off even the nose, I'm getting it now.
I'm not.
It's not bad. Kind of.
I let that one sit in the mouth a lot. I don't get fresh cut grass at all. This is one I think I would absolutely
compost grass
with jinkum.
Ugh.
This is one I think I would absolutely love on the rocks.
Yeah,
I think
it would be good on the rocks.
But I think I would love it on the rocks. I don't know if I love it right now, if I'm being honest.
I like it. I like it the way
I like it, but I don't know if I love it.
Yeah, and then for the finish, for me, I still get those hints of kind of fresh cut grass. It lingers, though, and it's kind of got like a peppery, almost like a rye, peppery finish.
I don't get the grass at all.
That's fine. Everybody gets something different. Hell, I had a whiskey this weekend that toffee and vanilla wasn't even in the tasting notes, and that's all I got on it.
I'm trying to pinpoint exactly what I taste. I like it, but I don't know why I like it. You know, it seems so complex that it's simplistic, or so simplistic that it appears complex. I don't know.
Maybe it did that antiseptic-y thing to me though. Like
a little numb.
Like my tongue's numb. My gums are numb.
Mid tongue is numb.
Yeah, like the front of my lips, like the inside of my lips are numb. Yeah, I like it though. I like the way it is.
I like it.
It may be the peanut butter and jelly Uncrustable I had. That's why I was waiting before I opened this so that I could.
So what's the price point on this?
This was $67.
I don't think it's a $67 whiskey.
Well, it's a $67 whiskey because it's a barrel select.
But that's the same as saying bourbon's a $60 whiskey because it's hard to get. It's not. It's just a $30 whiskey in a $60 bottle. I'm not saying I don't like this.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know that if I had paid $67, if I had bought that bottle, I'd not be upset. But I don't know if I'd go buy it again.
Yeah, I don't know that it's. I'm with you. I don't know that it's a $67 bottle.
It's good.
It's good.
I just don't know.
Put some water. You want some water for yours?
Sure. Yeah. Throw me. Yeah. I didn't get a water this time. You're slack-a-lacking. It's like that Nelson Brothers we had. When I paid $60, I thought I'm either going to love this or I'll never buy it again. And then after we had it, I went back that day and got another bottle.
I almost picked one of those up the other day, and I'm like, I can't. I'm going to Kentucky.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't have done it if I was going to Kentucky either. But that was a bottle I was okay with paying $60 for. This one, I'm not saying I'm not. I just don't know if I would.
I don't like it so much with the water.
No, I'm kind of swirling mine around, letting it breathe.
I'm going to let that go and try to clear my palate real quick before I Try it again. Everything's still kind of numb.
I like it a lot more with water. Now I get a lot of caramel and vanilla.
Okay, I need to get my palate cleared before.
Yeah, I get a lot of sweetness now that I did not get before. I'm way less confused by this. With the water, bumps it up at least half a donut for me.
Okay. All right, well, what's this do for you?
Turns me on. So hot. No arms. Got one gimpy leg.
No arms. It's half. Well, he's got 1.5 legs. The other one's bent underneath him.
The antlers look like the the deer on open season.
Yeah,
one broke off. He just got the one.
Okay,
half a headphone. He's roasting or has roasted a walnut, not a marshmallow. Apparently, it's like a marsh nut.
Maybe I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that.
He's sitting in front of an iPhone charger.
You know what that is? That is the weirdest looking butt plug I've ever seen.
It is. So here's this.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Fucking jankiest.
I like the fact that he's screaming into the headphone and the microphone's up by his antler.
Well, it's just the headphone is completely circled it. It looks like it's a photo of a deer.
He's got a set of antlers and then like an extra nubbin.
Yeah, but it looks like he has a rubber band around his mouth.
It does. It's wearing like
Shut up.
Dude, that's part of my CPAP.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I'm trying to breathe while singing.
We got this one. Hey.
I kind of like that one. I'm not going to lie. I really like that one. Not all the words because they look Russian, but deer.
It's just slangy bullshit.
The deer I like.
Let's see. There we go.
That's me.
That's totally you.
That's me on Halloween.
That's your ears?
It's 100% me with whatever that is coming out of my face.
And then I think there's one more after this, and I have to jump back to the ones that I am most proud of.
Oh, no.
There's that one.
Not bad.
Not quite sure what's going on. The antlers are a little fucked up.
That's like Picasso meets Monet.
Yeah.
It
looks good from a distance.
Somebody's trying to be a realist, and some guy is on some drugs.
So this is all done by AI.
That's an Andy Warhol right there.
That is the Campbell soup cans. Okay, so...
that was awesome.
Damn it.
I saw it.
You weren't supposed to see that yet. So this one.
Not bad.
So
that is a...
hold on. This is so much better, though. I'm showing you this one first because it's fucking GW.
It kind of is. You're right. It's furry anime GW.
Yeah. Little goatee on the chin. Kind of, happy-go-lucky fat guy.
Even though he's lost a lot of weight, he's still fat.
I know.
What a fatty.
But then there's you.
That's the one I saw. Yeah, that is me. Big old loudmouth screaming.
This is what came up when I put in. They both came up when I put in the description of hyper real logo, super fat deer with beard singing into microphone.
You know what that looks like? That looks like me and Bert Kreischer got a deer pregnant. Is what that looks like.
It looks like you and Sloth from the Goonies had a child, and we got basically a fucking minotaur in a deer version.
That's awesome. A minotaur.
But this is the original, and I evolved this original version to the GW and U version. That
one looks like half koala in the face, the nose and everything.
This one looks more like Sloth from Goonies. That's why I said Sloth
Rocky
turns
Road?
into Randy.
Look at that tongue, though. You know what that tongue can do?
I don't know.
Bet does.
Jesus Christ.
She doesn't listen to our show no more because we gross her out.
Whatever.
But she married me.
So I decided I was gonna fuck around with some AI stuff, and that's what I came up with.
Dude, we should start trying to do AI some of our friends. Like let's do it. Let's try and do a Jason Genetti AI.
Hold on,
a Mo Dingo AI
because I did you.
Oh yeah, you did.
I threw me on. I forgot to download them. So this is what came up. Give these a second; they'll download.
What'd you put in for you? Not fat deer singer with horns.
No.
Fat horny singer.
I put in.
Welcome to Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle. With me always is fat horny singer.
I put in mine. I never used your name in any of the ones.
I'm not exactly popular enough to for AI to be like, yeah, we know that guy. Jeff Bridges and Randy. Yeah, we know Randy from Buckhorn Podcast.
I'm so narcissistic.
You put in Martelle.
I put in Brandon Martelle, anime character, detailed, vibrant, anime face, sharp focus, character design, Art Germ, like it's a whole pack that you just pick. Hyper realistic 8K. That's the first thing that came up.
You're an emo Japanese Naruto chick. Hey, you're kind of hot there.
I know.
I mean, the red eyes would scare me away, but that and you're a lopsided titty there. Is that a titty or a knee?
I think that might be a knee.
Titney.
Titney.
Am I having deja vu, or did we talk about titneys recently?
No, but titty sprinkles.
Titty sprinkles
is the password to get into the lounge.
That girl right there is an anime character that makes grown, creepy white men very
okay. Now that I got everything, the palate cleared. Buttered popcorn, toffee, caramel.
I got the caramel and the vanilla a lot
with a linger on butterscotch at the end. Like super, super, like heavy buttery popcorn.
I got caramel popcorn.
Even that, well, I got the caramel in there. It's just, I just get this.
I do get toffee.
Really
I kind of get coffee, like black coffee taste. Not strong. A light roast. I like it a lot better with water, though.
It's good. I like it. I don't get that fresh cut grass anymore.
Well, that's good.
So, so here's me as a ginger, an anime ginger.
I would.
And there's me as Satan. That's a demon chick.
I would hit it depending on the repercussions.
I would fuck that. Well, if it were me. I'd fuck me.
Yes, you do often.
I do.
It's it's common knowledge.
So,
what a collection. What an album.
Yeah, so there's all our good AI stuff that I've
Jeff Bridges, Fat Randy, Deer Singer, and the
one that when I just put in Fat Deer, I was like, this is I'm shooting for a version. I need to shoot for a version of Randy.
Oh man,
Fat Deer with a beard, talking with headphones, talking into a microphone.
Yeah, the one with Oscar Mayer antlers
that is precious.
Looks like I got two dildos without balls stuck to my head. That right there is
a double donger.
That right there is, Mom, can we get a deer costume? We have deer costumes at home.
This is the deer costume.
I'll make you a deer costume.
This is the deer costume you get from the thrift store. You go to Big Lots or Ollie's, and this is the deer costume you get.
I think it's even worse than that. That's that.
This is the gimp suit deer costume.
That's more accurate. It's even got the nutcracker in his hands.
That is so good.
I think that's what that is. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
I don't know what that is, but that is so good. But anyway, so there's that. All right, back to the Nulu. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3. Both ways.
I will give it a 2.5 neat and a 3 with water. We didn't taste it on the rocks. Mm-mm. I think the water and me swishing around, letting it breathe a little, really, really opened. This is one of those ones that needs water, I feel.
It did.
Some, I think, are good both ways. They're bilingual. This one, I think, is better in Espanol.
Okay.
With agua.
Yeah. I like it.
I do like it. $6-7. I don't know how often I would buy it or how often I would drink it. It'd be one of those ones I'd sip on and set. Kind of like you do some of yours where I'll bust it out here and there.
Open it up, take a pour, then let it sit for a couple weeks, and then come back to it.
Don't just sit there and drink 3-4 pours in a night. This is something I would let hang around. I liked it way better with water. I thought it was more complex with water than without.
It absolutely is more complex. It opens up.
Yeah, a lot.
Significantly.
It was a good buy.
I like it. It's a good purchase. I'm not disappointed with that.
I'm definitely not disappointed that you bought it.
All right. So I'll tell you what. Let's shut this show down. I was going to say nix it. Let's just stop.
Okay.
Start another show.
Cool.
I'll use the second show for Tuesday, and then this show for Friday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still got a lot to talk about.
Because we still have stuff. And I have another
articles.
Bottle. I got another bottle of whiskey.
I got a whole jar of cherries. And I guess that's still whiskey in those cherries, technically.
So, all right, cool. Hey, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Randy's burping on the mic again.
Tweetstagram.
Unfortunately, you probably won't be able to get this version of Nulu, but
you can Google fat deer nipples.
I had to put that in.
Hold on. It'd be a cow udder.
Hold on.
Oh, we're doing it live.
I'm doing it right now.
And by live, I mean while we record, and you will hear this.
I'm going to grab So I'm going to give you 4 predetermined styles, and you just pick one of them.
Okay.
So digital art, futuristic, Hudson River School.
What?
Lightwave.
Give me Hudson River School.
Okay, I just
no sense.
Clicked on things at random. Okay, so fat deer nipples. Fat deer nipples. Now it would not let me do. Oh no, that's not right. Okay, apply styles, and then go fat. No, hold on, wrong place. It would not. Now I tried to do cocaine, and it would not accept the word cocaine.
Really?
Yes. It was one of the words that you cannot use.
So much for art being free.
So we're going to do fat deer nipples, Hudson River School. Create.
Sounds so
skip. Create.
So creepy.
And I'll just have to show it to you on my phone. We got a 30-second ad we have to go through. Fucking ads. Yeah.
This episode's sponsored by deer nipple art.
Fat deer
from
nipples.
the Hudson River School. Go down to Hudson River Schools. It's an elementary school, and they like fat deer nipples. It's not creepy at all, and there's nothing pedophilic about it. Fat Deer Nipple School. If you go to fatdeernipple.hudsonriverschool.com/Buckhorn Podcast, you get 94% off right now.
Hell yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors.
This is going to be interesting.
It's going to be something.
It's going to be real interesting once it's done.
I have a very specific reason why I chose Hudson River Schools, too.
Okay. All right, so fat deer nipples.
What was that sound?
That was the sound of my stomach. Oh, okay. All right, so let me just go ahead and
save. That's what you get for eating Uncrustable without me.
Save these down real quick and throw them up on the TV so you can get a...
Save these nuts.
You're not going to get a good laugh just because this isn't great.
I'll be the judge of that.
You will be.
I will be the deer nipple judge.
So, last one. Save. Okay, so here's the first one. Now, you know what? I won't do that one first. Whoop.
I'm not even looking. You tell me when you're ready.
I'm waiting for the next image to show up for it to sync across. Okay. So there's that. There's the first one's up there. Check it out.
It just looks like a painting of a deer.
Just like a painting of a deer.
You'd see it like a thrift store.
Yeah.
That looks like a painting of a deer that you would see from a second grader. That's
a little bit better than a second grader, but the head's a little messed up.
The body's a bit disproportionate.
Like that is a little...
It's one eye is on top of its head.
Yeah.
Or something.
This one's high as shit.
That one...
I'm not seeing any...
That's the deer from open season with one giant massive antler just stoned out of his gourd.
But in these first three, I haven't seen a nipple yet.
Not a single nipple.
There's no nipple in this one either.
What?
It's a two-bodied, one-headed deer.
But it looks like the one's just behind the other with a smaller head.
I don't know.
What's wrong with its butt? I've never seen a concave butt on a deer before.
Well, there you go.
I'm disappointed.
I'm going to post all of this to our account. It'll be good.
It's going to be great. It's going to get us dozens of unfollowers.
Probably. All right, that's it. I'm Martelle. He's Randy.
Well, okay, bye.